There is a lot happening in the sky on August the 12th, 2026. Let's talk about it. I want to tell you about the three things that I think are fucking awesome. So, on August the 12th, before the sun rises, we're going to have a six planet lineup that is visible. You will not be able to see it with the naked eye, but they are going to be in the morning sky, which means that there's this energy of light and there's this energy of visibility that is very, very, very present. There is a changing of the guards that is happening. So, we have six planets: Jupiter, Mercury, Mars, Uranus, Saturn, Neptune are the six planets that are going to be visible. Mercury enters Leo on the 9th. So Jupiter and Mercury are going to be in the sign of Leo, which is important as we go into the solar eclipse, the total solar eclipse that is also happening in the sign of Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun, okay? And a total eclipse is when the moon, we're here on Earth, little earthlings, and the moon comes between the Earth and the rays of sun. So the rays of sun gets blocked by the moon, and this is a new moon. This is a new moon, right? So typically it would be dark in the sky and we wouldn't see shit. And because there is this total solar eclipse, it is going to cover, from our perspective on Earth, the sun's rays in totality. It is a unplugging, a reset. Energetically, this is not, for the rest of the month, I would just see what is unfolding in your life. Heavy on the unfolding, heavy on the fact that you've already planted seeds, you've already done work, you've already participated up until this point. There are going to be fated events because this is the sun, the ecliptic, the path of the sun, interacting with the path of the moon in the nodal, next to the north and the south node. This is particularly next to the south node that is in Leo right now. So there is a total solar eclipse where the sun is going to be eclipsed by the moon at 20 degrees of Leo. It starts, I believe, at 1:36, Central Standard Time. It is not visible here on, here on Earth. It is not visible in Missouri, but I can run through the states if you're curious, where you will see a partial eclipse, which means that you may see where the sun looks like it had somebody bit it, like a chunk taken out of it from where the moon is like partially eclipsing it. Alaska, Connecticut, Delaware, Illinois, Iowa, Indiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Montana, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Dakota, Vermont, Virginia, West Virginia, Wisconsin. You will be able to see a partial eclipse that day. Okay? There is negative energy that seeps through when there are eclipses. So I want you to also be mindful of your rituals, of your practices, of things of that nature, because really it's just a time to take a seat. It's like, I would say a prayer. I would cover the people that you love. And this is not fear. This is like inevitable. An eclipse is going to come and change, course correct. And we are fucked up here on Earth. So I don't know what the course correction is, but with all the Leo energy and all of the light, I just get this sense of like God's presence, God's energy. God is coming and going, hey, yo, no more, none of that. We're not doing this. But as much as there's light, there is darkness that wants to play and participate. So be mindful of that. Do not be susceptible to that. Protect and cover yourself. Ground your energy. Like, genuinely take care of yourself, okay? And I'm not afraid. I'm a Leo moon, Leo rising. I have a lot of Leo energy in me, in my chart, where all of this is happening. So that is the total solar eclipse. Again, August the 12th, 20 degrees of Leo. If you're in one of those states, take some pictures, post them, tag me in it, because I really want to see. The other thing that is happening, or the last thing that's happening, so we talked about the visibility of the planetary alignment. We've talked about the total solar eclipse in Leo. And then there is a meteor shower. Because this is a new moon, even though there's an eclipse. It's essentially a new moon. So the sky is dark. And a meteor shower is what we think are like shooting stars in the sky. And that happens on the 12th as well. So it's like, I feel like, oh, I just heard God's fireworks, right? So there's this energy of like, there's no luminary to block our visibility. If you could go out in the country and stargaze, it's going to be beautiful. It like, chef's kiss, right? To have a meteor shower after an eclipse and just to be. I would tell you during the eclipse though, animals are going to act a little different. Your dog may not be well. Plants will close themselves up, which is telling us there is some sense of them even knowing to protect themselves energetically. Like, what the fuck is happening? This is not what, you know? So we pay attention to our elements. We pay attention to the things around us because it tells us how to operate in these energies. And this eclipse lasts 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Which is going to foretell how the energy interacts in our lives, which I'll talk about in another post. But I just wanted you to be aware of the goodness that is happening on August the 12th. You know, it is okay to like, I believe you can light a candle and say a prayer, but I wouldn't like sit crystals out. I wouldn't try to soak in this energy. I wouldn't try to absorb this energy. I wouldn't do a lot of rituals during this energy. I just wouldn't. But I would also go and research that for yourself and find people who do those things. I'm not really a ritual person to give you much insight outside of the fact of how the energy is vibrating and that it's not all good. Okay? Because where there's light, there's darkness. More on this throughout the weekend as we lead up to these events. But it's going to be good. And you've already sown these seeds. And so enjoy the harvest of that or the course correction in that. I love you.